Typically, you're looking at working in Canada for a minimum of 1 year as a temporary worker before you'll then be competitive on our immigration selection system. We can then put in your candidacy, submit your candidate profile to the government for an evaluation. And if you are competitive at that time, you'll receive an invitation to apply for permanent residency. We'll submit that application. It takes about 6 months to process. So from the day that you arrive to the day that you require permanent residency will be 18 months. That's a period where you're living here in Canada as a temporary resident. And to go back to Marianne's point, it's a lot of risk and that's a lot of uncertainty. And so doing that on your own or trying to figure out how to do that on your own without someone to guide you through that process, you can understand that risk, maybe quantify it a little bit, it would be very, very challenging indeed. All right. Once you're a permanent resident of Canada and you've been here as a temporary resident for about 18 months, you're still looking at about 2 to 3 years before you can apply for Canadian citizenship and get a Canadian passport. When you have that passport, you're open to the North American labor market as well, to the United States. You can get visas to work across the border in Detroit under Canada and the United States trade agreement. Obviously, by having that Canadian passport as well, you would have access to other countries that Canada has international trade agreements with to work anywhere around the world. But of course, you'll have the right to stay, to live, to work, to study, and your children will have the right to stay, to live, to work, to study through to adulthood if you acquire that Canadian citizenship.